We live in a world completely obsessed with data. Every click, every view, every scroll measured, categorized, analyzed. Dashboards, KPIs, NPS scores, trinity of modern customer experience. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most CX data doesn't feel anything. It counts clicks, not chills. It measures transactions, not transformations. It captures behavior, but not emotion. And yet, the real story of human experience lives inside emotion, the invisible pulse behind every number. In 2023, McKinsey found that nearly 9 out of 10 companies call customer analytics a strategic priority. But fewer than 1 in 5 can actually connect their data to how customers feel. That's not technology gap, that's an empathy gap. Because behind every detractor is someone who felt dismissed. Behind every churned customer is someone who lost trust. And behind every satisfied one might be someone who's just indifferent. Forrester's CX Index said it best. Emotional connection drives more loyalty than operational performance ever will. So maybe it's not about collecting more data. It's about interpreting the data through human eyes. Neuroscience tells us that emotion is the architecture of memory. We remember not what we saw, but what we felt. That's how our memory works. That's why the restaurant that made you laugh stays in your mind longer than the one that served you fast. But here's the irony. Most companies measure behavior instead of effect. They study what people do, but not what moves them. It's like analyzing a symphony by reading sheet music and never hearing the sound. You know? So, how do we fix that? How do we make data human again? I believe that it starts with a new kind of analytics, a human analytics playbook or something like this. It begins with layering your data. Yes, track your KPIs, your customer satisfaction survey, your retention, but also track tone, language, hesitation, and silence. Because the words people don't say tell you more than the ones they actually did. Quadrix found that when companies blend emotional data with metrics, they improve CX outcomes 3 times faster. Want to know why? Because numbers show you patterns, but emotions, they show you meaning. Next, you create what I call emotional taxonomy. Just as biology classifies life, your brain needs to classify emotion. Is the customer frustrated or anxious, joyful or relieved? Those nuances, they matter, and matter a lot. Harvard researcher Susan David calls this emotional granularity. When you label emotions precisely, you stop reacting and start understanding. Map emotions to outcomes. Trust leads to retention. Joy leads to advocacy. Frustration leads to churn. Once emotion becomes vocabulary, data becomes wisdom. But data without action is just fluff, decoration. So build what I call an empathy dashboard. One that doesn't just show numbers, but visualizes emotional velocity. How quickly are your customers' feelings shifting? Where are they getting stuck emotionally? Some companies already do this, using AI to analyze tone and detect emotional friction, not to manipulate, but to listen better. Because data should illuminate humanity, not erase it. And finally, close the loop through storytelling. My favorite part. Every time. Storytelling. Numbers inform the brain. Stories move the heart. McKinsey found that teams retain insight 5 times longer when data is turned into a narrative. So instead of reports, tell stories, make the data breathe, bring it to life. When a number makes you feel something, it stops being a metric. It becomes meaning. It becomes a story. The Stoics said, perception is not truth. In CX, data is not truth. It's the map, yes, but not the territory itself. You can chart the landscape of behavior, but the terrain of emotion is where the loyalty lives. Your next CX breakthrough won't come from another dashboard. It will come from the moment you feel what your customers feel. Because data tells you what happened, but emotion tells you why it mattered. You've been listening to the H2H experiment. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. This episode was very much focused on customer experience, which is another passion of mine. I hope you enjoyed this as well. Until next time, stay curious, stay human, and do not forget, if you want to know more about the things that we talked about, check out on Amazon our books, The HX Revolution. I hope you enjoy it. Bye.